My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world. And when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Canadian, operating 10 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's. The number one for travel.
The Diocese of St. George's in Grenada presents its 2022 series of Lenten Mission, March 21st to 25th, 7 p.m. nightly. This year's mission will be guided by the theme, "Whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me," reflecting on the scripture, Matthew 25, 31 to 46. Mark your calendar, Monday, March 21st, Sacred Heart, Petite Martinique. Tuesday, March 22nd, St. Patrick's, Hillsborough, Carriacou. Wednesday, March 23rd, Christ the King, Grand Roy. Thursday, March 24th, Blessed Sacrament, Grand Anse. Culminating on Friday, March 25th, St. Martin de Porres, Roman Catholic Church, Crochoux, St. Andrew. The 2022 Lenten Mission, March 21st to 25th. We look forward to journeying together. Streaming live on all Good News Catholic Communications platforms.
Boyo, they gonna fly with kite now. The wind picking up.
I'm coming. Karim, what you doing?
Fly my kite.
Yeah, but not here. You can't fly kite near power lines, boy.
Why not? The wind good.
Because mommy say kite threads conduct electricity.
Yeah, kite. He's right. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, you can cause power outages, or even worse, it can get
Come, let's go and fly them in the pasture.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kite threads conduct electricity. Do not fly kites near overhead power lines. This can lead to electric shocks and power outages. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, do not try to retrieve it. Release it and call Grenlec. Always fly kites in open areas. Keep your kites far away from roads. And remember, always clean up after yourself.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Larry, I love the new home. Did you remember the tips we discussed?
As a matter of fact, they were very helpful. We always follow the manufacturer's guidelines, check for damaged cords, turn off electrical equipment before cleaning, and we never overload sockets.
And we always use a licensed electrician for electrical work and a certified technician for repairs.
Good. You've learned well. A home should always be safe for you and your children. So remember to have your electrician check your wiring every 5 years and keep cords and wires out of the reach of children.
We even added circuit interrupters in the bathroom and kitchen and any place where water and electricity are close.
Remember, children, never touch electrical cords and wires and never put objects into sockets. You taught me well, Mrs. Watts.
And you've taught your children well. There are some young men in my area I'm always cautioning about climbing trees and picking fruits near the power lines.
In fact, we just trimmed this tree to prevent the branches growing into the power lines, and we called Grenlec about the tree at the back. Those branches are already touching the power lines and it's not safe for us to remove them ourselves.
A new home, a wonderful family, and safe electricity habits? Some good ingredients to make beautiful memories.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
The public is hereby advised that all operations of George F. Huggins and Company Grenada Limited, including Foodland Supermarkets, MoneyGram, Tropical Shipping, Agostini Insurance Brokers, and Amerijet, will be closed on Monday, 28th March, as a mark of respect for the former CEO and Chairman Emeritus, Mr. George A. Meniz. MoneyGram customers are advised to utilize the service from our sub-agents across the island, namely Home Pride Bakery in St. David, Calico Limited in Sates, Licks and Bites in Guave, and the Hills and Valley Pharmacy in Carriacou. Regular business will resume on Tuesday, 29th March 2022. The company apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause and thanks you for your understanding.
Good evening and welcome to the MTV Evening News for Thursday, 24th March 2022. In the headlines, Grenada Teachers Union reiterates the call for government to regularize teachers. Farmers and police engage in emotional discussion on Pridia larceny. Florida man loses newly built house to fire. And in sports, West Indies bowls first ball to start final test of the 3-match series at the Grenada National Stadium. We have the details of these and more after the break.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
With the news in detail, I am Troy Gill. The president of the Grenada Union of Teachers says he is looking forward to March 31st, 2022, the day when teachers will be regularized in Grenada. Today on MTV, Jude Bartholomew called on the government to meet the deadline. We get the details in this report.
And so I think it's a matter of conscience and a matter of justice, social justice and economic justice, that the government of Grenada did come out during the budget presentation and other times on record to the nation, not only to the Grenada Union of Teachers, but to the nation.
Speaking on MTV's Rise and Shine morning program, Jude Bartholomew, president of the Grenada Union of Teachers, says all teachers within the education sector should be regularized in the coming days challenges and is hoping that the government of Grenada does the right thing.
The teachers will be more comfortable. The teachers will put out more. In spite of that, they do not allow upgrades to deny them of working with their children to prepare them for exams. But it will be a push factor, and it will be an economic boost for the nation. And it will be basically for the government, it will be well for them that they could go on record that they did the right thing. So it's a win-win situation for everybody.
According to Bartholomew, teachers from TAMCC who were successful in their training programs previously should be upgraded in March, as well as teachers who took loans to do their masters and bachelors.
And I think that we're putting on record here and saying that all those teachers who basically in that situation where they are and they're not prominent in terms of the documents, but they have a prominent space where they are working. All these teachers should be regularized. So we're calling on the government of Grenada, the Ministry of Education, to do the honorable thing. And we're looking forward. We want to think that the government, we want to hold them to the promises.
Bartholomew says with a regularization for teachers, the economy, teachers and the country will benefit.
The Ministry of Education and the government of Grenada has called on teachers to upgrade themselves. Go and do a degree, go and study, do those things. There are lots of teachers who took loan. They didn't depend on the government, and the government has a priority list of areas which you have lots of teachers who studied in those priority areas directly relating to education.
Bartholomew says the commitment and sacrifices of the teachers are evident. He says teachers are going beyond the call of duty, both permanent and temporary teachers, even during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, according to Education Minister Emlyn Pierre, the list of teachers has been submitted to the Department of Public Administration, DPA, for review and to confirm that everyone submitted meets the requirement. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Meanwhile, citing the recent increase in violence among students, President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, says parents, teachers and students are stressed as they face many challenges. He is calling on the nation, the Ministry of Education and other professionals to assist students and teachers.
And these are some stressing factors, for the nation's teachers to deal with at the same time now. The teachers have another challenge because the children have been away from face-to-face for a long period of time to make up. It's just like the children come back to school and they forget everything and you have to start new. And so these are some of the challenges that you hear from teachers, the deviant behavior from children, and the nation is basically seeing it and observing it. So I don't know if it's the COVID and children were locked down for a long period of time, the emotional and psychological stress away from the school and all the pressures in coming back to school and to learn and such. It seems as the children probably would have forgotten about school for a long period of time, and these are some of the challenges that we are facing. So I think the nation's children and even the teachers need some real professional help in terms of whether guidance and counseling and going even further.
As the 2022 exams approach, Bartholomew says teachers and students are under additional pressure.
The pressure that is placed on teachers and the nation's students in basically preparing for exams. You're talking about Form 5 students in CSEC exams. You're talking about the grade 6 children in the primary school with CPA, and that pressure, that high level of pressure. And you're talking also about TAMCC with CAPE, the children who are preparing for CAPE. And that is a problem that teachers, we had a meeting with the teachers about 2 weeks ago to find out from them how are they dealing with the situation. And it is amazing with some of the problems and the difficulties that the teachers and students are faced with. And sometimes you hear it from the Ministry of Education, you hear it from the society that everything is all well and good with the teachers and with the students because they go back to school face to face. And that is some of the things that we were saying from the union perspective a long while ago. When school opens and everything and the door is open, it seems as everything has been left to the teachers and the principals to do what they have to do to work the miracles and everything behind the scene. And the public doesn't really know what are the challenges and some of the things, the sacrifices going beyond the call of duty that the teachers will do, because the Grenada Union of Teachers and its members are really committed to really and truly assisting, working with the nation's children.
According to Bartholomew, students are not adequately prepared for upcoming exams and states the Caribbean Union of Teachers is looking at the situation. Farmers from all over the island came out in their numbers on Wednesday at the Deluxe Cinema in Grenville, St. Andrew, to participate in discussions on the troubling issue of predial larceny. Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin reminded the farmers present that the police are willing to strengthen their capacity and resources, but they need the support of those most affected, the farmers. Voicing their troubles to Martin and Minister for Agriculture Peter David, some farmers became emotional. We have more in this report from Donella Hosten.
In an effort to help the nation's farmers in the fight against predial larceny, a Meet the Farmers session was held with the Commissioner of Police, Edwin Martin, and the Minister for Agriculture, Peter David. Farmers were openly able to voice their concerns, some of which included compensation for them and penalties for the perpetrators. One female farmer, almost in tears, spoke about her first crop of soursop, which was stolen.
I contact somebody to take it. When they come to me, they say they get enough, so they could not take mine. They was only allowed 300 to bought. The next morning when I go in my garden, they strip the trees on them. All the branches are hanging down. Young soursop, first crop. They pick all my soursop. It's very painful. Okay? Look at me. I'm a woman. Most of the time, me and a 5-year-old child has been in the garden.
Some of the other issues brought up were transportation, manpower, farm security, and safety. The farmers, clearly distressed about these issues, said they applauded the police for this initiative, but much more needs to be done. Some even called for the police to issue licensed firearms to the farmers.
We said that the farmers should ask and make suggestions to what they need. Why not grant farmers, not the ones with the farmer's ID, registered farmers, underline, registered farmers with a clean criminal background, the opportunity to have or give them a firearm.
However, according to Commissioner Edwin Martin, this may not be the best solution.
First and foremost, that the issue of dealing with firearms is not a light issue. And the care and custody of a firearm, if not managed properly, can turn wrong and be used against you. We have zillions of examples of that. But I want you to also consider need, greed, and grudge. And if in any of the need, greed, and grudge, you will be arming anybody to come and take.
He encouraged them to invest in things such as geofencing, security cameras, and other technologies. The top cop reminded the farmers that they need to collaborate with the police to find effective ways to deal with this scourge, which affects their livelihood. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hosten.
A Florida St. John resident is this evening counting his losses after a fire destroyed his newly built home on Wednesday evening. Nikita Hosten visited the area on Thursday and spoke to residents who were on the scene when the wooden structure went up in flames.
A 2-bedroom wooden house was destroyed by fire in Florida St. John, leaving one man homeless. The circumstances surrounding the fire are unclear as police investigations are ongoing. However, MTV News understands that the house had no electricity. MTV News traveled to St. John and spoke to 2 eyewitnesses on the fire. Anthony Julian, who was on the scene of the fire, says the house was just built by the homeowner. He says they tried to save items but were unsuccessful.
When I wake up this morning, I lie down in the house and then I borrow, wondering what's going on in the day. As well, that can be gunshot. So now I wake up in the sleep after, it's 5:05. When I open the door, I see a big blaze of fire up here. I say, no, the house is burning. Then I come outside, I see the house and blaze of fire already. So I had to just take all the neighbors come, open the pipe and they waiting on the fire, I don't take the coconut and I trying to save the house.
Sammy Bascom was also on the scene of the fire.
This morning about minutes of 5, a neighbor called 1 and he says, I smell sponge. So I know I cook some macaroni. So I tell the I say, I wonder if I leave the stove on. When I get up now, the stove off. When I do so, I see blaze of fire. When I rush out now, I call the mister. I say, Tony, fire by. He say, what time it is? He asked me what time it is. I said, now it's 5 after 5. All the neighbors in the road there. When I come out, I see all the blazing up.
He told MTV News that the fire truck could not make it to the fire because of the narrow road and water had to be carried to the scene. He says by the time water came, the house was completely burnt.
He do the best, he drink water, he think, he have naked, everybody come out and assistance. But what I say now, he helpful, and I try to come out to secure a thing. But there's nothing you could do because fire truck stick on the bridge. Okay, bridge narrow. But then police come with cannon back and they help out. Right. And cannon in the back. But that time he started to show water. That pen catch fire. Kokonji catch fire. And if this not make tree catch fire, that next house burn.
The homeowner was not available for comment. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Going beyond the pitch, the echoed sentiments of the many internationally acclaimed journalists who are now here in Grenada to document the third and final Apex Test match between England and West Indies. On Wednesday evening, local journalists got the opportunity to mingle and connect with their fellow visiting journalists to get some insight into some of what they will be doing as they write about and promote Grenada holistically. Our Donella Hostin was in attendance and filed this report.
They are not here just to experience cricket, but also to get a first-hand taste and experience of pure Grenada. Over 30 reporters and journalists from the United Kingdom are currently on island following the test series between West Indies and England. According to them, they intend to go deeper into the culture and traditions of the Grenadian people. Speaking exclusively to our news team was Tom Jesher of the UK's Daily Mail. He says he is most looking forward to his hike up to Mount St. Catherine.
St. Catherine, which I'm aiming to do on the day after the test match ends. And I think it's a 6-hour return journey up and down. I brought my walking boots from home and some walking trousers. And I've got a guide who's aiming to take me, so it's all good and I'm enjoying being in Grenada.
He says this is his second time in Grenada. His first was last August when he had the opportunity to visit and write about the sister isles of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. He described his trip as a great adventure. Also speaking to our news team was Dominic Warren, commercial and marketing director of Cricket West Indies. He is no stranger to the Spice Isle. Hence, he says he believes this is an opportune time for first-time visitors to experience Grenada.
It's a great opportunity for West Indies to put a marker down and win the series here in Grenada, but also for thousands of travelling fans from the UK to probably experience Grenada for the first time. One of the things we try to do is make sure that we've got a really good balance between cricket and tourism to bring people into the Caribbean, but also get the right experience for them in terms of the Caribbean. So with hopefully a really exciting match.
Juan says it is a pleasure to be back in Grenada, and he, just as many of the visiting reporters and journalists, are excited about being able to experience more than just the cricket matches. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
And as the cricket got on the way today, masqueraders in vibrant colours together with local Jab Jab danced across the National Stadium in the bright sunshine. Hundreds of local and foreign spectators, including local students, were in attendance to support their team as they battle for the newly minted Richards Botham Trophy. West Indies bowled the first ball after winning the toss this morning, looking to win their first test in Grenada. We will have more on today's Play in Sports. That's the first segment of news. Still to come, Post Office moves to facilitate electronic financial transactions. And well-known attorney-at-law donates mattresses to the prison. We'll be back after the break.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
What's Black Friday Reloaded? This week only. Shop from Thursday the 24th of March for up to 60% off selected items. Save $900 off the Land Ranger treadmill. Only $1,999. HP Pro Desk PC. Now just $2,299. Save $400. And get the LG 43-inch UHD 4K Smart Television for only $1,999. Save $1,000. Plus, with Cost Ready Finance, get 2 months free. Get all the best deals. Black Friday Reloaded. Only at Court. Court. Bringing value home. Doors open from 8 a.m. See in-store or online for details.
The public is hereby advised that all operations of George F. Huggins and Company Grenada Limited, including Foodland Supermarkets, MoneyGram, Tropical Shipping, Agostini Insurance Brokers, and Amerijet, will be closed on Monday 28th March as a mark of respect for the former CEO and Chairman Emeritus, Mr. George A. Meniz. MoneyGram customers are advised to utilize the service from our sub-agents across the island, namely Home Pride Bakery in St. David, Calico Limited in Satez, Licks and Bites in Guave, and the Hills and Valley Pharmacy in Carriacou. Regular business will resume on Tuesday 29th March 2022. The company apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause and thanks you for your understanding.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol, keep away from heat and flames, and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Deal or no deal?
Let the games begin!
Sunday, March 27th. Get set for another massive Wacky Virtual Bingo!
This time,
it's the Deal or No Deal edition with a whopping jackpot of $10,000.
Deal or no deal?
Here's the deal. For 1 week, tickets will be sold at $8. Whoa! At that price, you can buy 2. So take the deal, because after, it's gonna be $10 per ticket.
Oh, deal!
All players in Grenada, tickets are available at numerous box offices island-wide. And if you're playing overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, March 27th. Come join the fun and excitement online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo. The Deal or No Deal edition.
Deal or no deal?
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. The Grenada Postal Corporation is in the process of testing new software that will allow for customers to conduct electronic financial transactions, including sending and receiving cash transfers and making payments on their utility bills. Director of the Grenada Postal Corporation, Roland Bowler, confirms that the organization is in the process of implementing new software dubbed the Financial Inclusion Technical Assistance Facility, endorsed by the Universal Postal Union, that will improve its courier and other services and allow customers to conduct financial transactions, including cash transfers and bill payments, in the very near future. Speaking to MTV News on Thursday, Bowler said the software, once fully operational, will be a game changer.
It's a facility that is being backed by the UPU. As a matter of fact, we have received some grant funding from them to put that project in place. There are a lot of internal costs that the Postal Corporation had to bear, but together the project has been worked on now for a while, and we have come to the place where we can actually utilize it. There's a lot that it will do for the Postal Corporation in terms of efficiency and effectiveness for services that we provide, while adding new services.
IT specialist at the Grenada Postal Corporation is Karamo Mitchell.
The program basically is a cloud-based program which is connected throughout all our offices island-wide. It is against the backbone of customer service, logistics, reporting, etc. It's also geared to improve customer service quality and efficiency going forward. So what will happen here is that customers now can walk up to our counter services island-wide, and they will be able to do a number of transactions in real time, so to speak.
Head of Marketing, Ms. Bowen, highlighted one of the many advantages the new system will provide.
We are trying to lessen the amount of time that customers spend at our counters. So with the automated system, no longer do you have to wait for us to write a receipt for you. Now everything would be automatically printed. We're also, with the system, we can work with customs. So if our customers work with us by providing us advance information like their invoices and so on, it could go into the system. The system also connects with customs. We could have your evaluation pre-approved. So that's another lesson on time. when you come into the post to get your packages assessed. So it would be assessed already. You just come, you pay, collect your package, and you go.
It is anticipated that the software will be fully operational by April this year. Eden Law Caribbean continues to give back to the community through a donation of 55 mattresses and a number of face masks to Her Majesty's prisons. This donation, according to Jerry Edwin, is part of their efforts to give back to the community, and they are happy to be able to help.
Attorney at law Jerry Edwin of Eden Law says this donation of masks and 55 mattresses from Nabila comes after dialoguing with the Commissioner of Her Majesty's Prison and the Prime Minister, and he sees it as offering a helping hand.
Having spoken to our Prime Minister and then having heard from the Commissioner, I think that it was only appropriate that we make a donation from our law office to the Commissioner of Prisons through the Ministry of National Security. We have assisted the ministry in purchasing mattresses for inmates at Her Majesty's Prison. Holding one's hand out to government is not the right approach to solve our problems, whatever those problems are. The fact is, we can help ourselves, and in particular, we can assist each other.
Edwin explained that regardless of a person's place in life, basic human rights must still be afforded to them. He encouraged other professionals to help their communities whenever and however they can. Receiving the mattresses on behalf of the Ministry of National Security was Permanent Secretary Marina Jessamy.
So on behalf of the ministry, I want to thank Eden Law for this noble gesture, and we thank you for the timeliness of the donation.
The mattresses were then handed over by P.S. Jessamy to Commissioner of Prisons Rupert Neckles, who expressed thanks to Eden Law. He says it will be put into good use.
On behalf of administration, officers and inmates of Her Majesty's Prison, we do appreciate this donation to the prison of 55 mattresses plus some masks, and I can assure you that it would go a long way in enhancing and maintaining the human rights of inmates within the facility.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hosten.
As part of its 75th anniversary celebration, the Presentation Brothers College held a national panel discussion on Tuesday. The discussion was under the theme, Presentation Brothers College Education, Service to God, Family and Country.
The panel consisted of current and past students, teachers, Secretary General of the OECS, and former Minister of Education under the National Democratic Congress, Franca Bonadine. The 75th anniversary celebrations honor past and current students who have made significant contributions to the school and Grenada throughout the institution's 7.5 decades of existence. Ms. Bonadine, educator and a parent of past students from the school, spoke of the importance of education and development.
Brothers and sisters, the most important tool in development of any nation is education. And so, while health is a critical aspect, and agriculture practices, of course, because you have to feed yourself, both require knowledge and education to know what to do and how to do it. In the famous words of Benjamin Disraeli, and that is in his speech to the House of Commons way back in 1874, and I'm quoting, "Upon the education of the people of the country, the fate of the country depends." It is important to note that lack of skills is considered to be the biggest obstacle for Grenadian firms seeking to employ youth, and that Grenada's skills gap is the most severe in the Western Hemisphere. I'm telling you as it is.
Bonadine, who always had a passion for education, says a lot of work is to be done within the education sector and that we cannot get left behind.
One of my biggest pains is the fact that we are such a brilliant people. The Caribbean is full of talent, full of ability, and yet we're still so far behind because we have not somehow mastered the ability to capture all that good analysis, all the data that we keep getting, and put it in place in such a way that we can better our own standard of living. We seem to get sidetracked all the time into the politics and the power and all other factors. We have produced, imagine in one small area like OECS, or between St. Lucia and Trinidad, 3 Nobel Prize winners. There are countries in this world that have tried for over hundreds of years and have never produced a Nobel Prize winner.
Also present on the panel was Dr. Didikasa Jews, Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States.
How did it all begin? Allow me to quote Principal Dominic Jeremiah on the history of PBC, and I quote, "The Presentation Brothers arrived in Grenada in 1946 after they were invited here to establish the first Catholic male secondary school by Archbishop Finbar Ryan. The first and only Catholic female secondary school was already established by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Cluny since the later decades of the 1800s.
After the panel discussions, students and parents got a chance to ask questions to the panelists. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Grenada embraces the first international cricket game held on local soil for quite a while now, and we are all enthused that we once again have the opportunity to enjoy this glorious game firsthand. As we are all involved in the fun of a test match between the West Indies and England, the Grenada Informer maintains its duty to keep people updated and informed. In this week's issue of our online publication, Edwin calls for policy change in sex offences involving minors. Special intercol games this year. The Sherma Wells rant. And in the Sister Isles, rapid decrease in COVID-19 numbers since Carnival. Down Syndrome Day recognized. First Sister Isle PWU executive elected, and much more. That's the second segment of news. Regional highlights are up next.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
The public is hereby advised that all operations of George F. Huggins and Company Grenada Limited, including Foodland Supermarkets, MoneyGram, Tropical Shipping, Agostini Insurance Brokers, and Amerijet, will be closed on Monday 28th March as a mark of respect for the former CEO and Chairman Emeritus, Mr. George A. Meniz. MoneyGram customers are advised to utilize the service from our sub-agents across the island, namely Home Pride Bakery in St. David, Calico Limited in Sates, Licks and Bites in Guave, and the Hills and Valley Pharmacy in Carriacou. Regular business will resume on Tuesday 29th March 2022. The company apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause and thanks you for your understanding.
What's Black Friday Reloaded? This week only. Shop from Thursday the 24th of March for up to 60% off selected items. Save $900 off a Land Ranger treadmill, only $1,999. HP ProDesk PC, now just $2,299. Save $400 and get the LG 43-inch UHD 4K smart television for only $1,999. Save $1,000. Plus, with cost-ready finance, get 2 months free. Get all the best deals. Black Friday Reloaded, only at Court. Court, bringing value home. Doors open from 8 a.m. See in-store or online for details.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Deal or no deal?
Let the games begin.
Sunday, March 27th. Get set for another massive Wacky Virtual Bingo!
This time,
it's the Deal or No Deal edition with a whopping jackpot of $10,000.
Deal or no deal?
Here's the deal. For 1 week, tickets will be sold at $8. Whoa! At that price, you can buy 2. So take the deal, because after, it's gonna be $10 per ticket.
Oh, deal!
All players in Grenada, tickets are available at numerous box offices island-wide. And if you're playing overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, March 27th. Come join the fun and excitement online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo. The Deal or No Deal edition.
Deal or no deal?
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Arizo. Arizo is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
We now join Clifton James for this evening's regional roundup.
Good evening. With tonight's MTV Regional Roundup, I am Clifton James. Prince William has expressed his profound sorrow for slavery during a visit to Jamaica, though he stopped short of offering the apology demanded by protesters who were also seeking reparations for Britain's role in the slave trade. William, second in line to the throne, made the comments while addressing a dinner in Kingston, Jamaica's capital. He echoed the words of his father, the Prince of Wales, who described the slave trade as an appalling atrocity during a visit to Barbados last year, when that Caribbean nation severed its ties to the British Crown and became a republic. I want to express my profound sorrow, William said. Slavery was abhorrent and it should never have happened. The Prince and his wife, the Duchess of Cambridge, are on a week-long trip to Belize, Jamaica and the Bahamas, designed to strengthen Britain's ties with Commonwealth nations as Queen Elizabeth II marks 70 years on the throne. During the visit, Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness told the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge that his country is moving on, intending to become a republic.
And I'm certain that you would have seen the spectrum of expressions yesterday. There are issues here which are, as you would know, unresolved. But your presence gives an opportunity for those issues to be placed in context, put front and center, and to be addressed in as best as we can. But Jamaica is, as you would see, a country that is very proud of our history, very proud of what we have achieved, and we are moving on, and we intend to attain in short order our development goals and fulfill our true ambitions and destiny as an independent, developed, prosperous country.
The apparent escalation in gang violence is partly due to the death of a known gang leader near the end of 2021. This from Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hinds as he responded to questions in the House of Representatives on Wednesday.
The minister received the information from the Acting Commissioner of Police. He said the gang leader's death had deep ramifications in the criminal underworld.
Among other things, this killing caused a fragmentation in the gang leadership and prompted attempts by other gangs to assume the operations of the particular gang to which he belonged and led. An alliance as well between conventional street gangs and persons hired by them to carry out violent crimes on their behalf, including shooting, arson, extortion, kidnapping, and murder.
Minister Hinds said there is a merger among gangs involving white-collar crimes, which include human trafficking, illegal quarrying, and the illegal importation of firearms and ammunition into Trinidad and Tobago.
To fight this persisting menace, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has developed several crime-fighting strategies to accelerate the manner of policing and ultimately dismantle these criminal gangs. These include, but are not limited to, curtailing access to guns and ammunition. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service's Homicide Bureau is actively engaged in removing guns from the streets.
A Russian landing ship has been destroyed and 2 other boats have been damaged in the occupied Ukrainian port city of Berdyansk, says Ukrainian officials. More from TTT News.
Pictures from a Ukrainian source appearing to show a strike on a Russian naval ship in the occupied port of Berdyansk. Plumes of smoke are seen billowing from the large vessel. If confirmed, this would be a setback to Russia's attempts to create a land bridge in the southeast of Ukraine. Seen here 3 days ago, the ship was capable of carrying up to 1,500 tons of military equipment. The attack took place 80 kilometres from the besieged port city of Mariupol. Once vibrant, these are the scars of a month of war. Russian bombardment leaving ruins and rubble throughout. Standing defiant, the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, last night, unusually in English, urged people worldwide to show their support for Ukraine.
This is only the beginning for Russia on the Ukrainian land. Show your standing. Come from your offices, your homes, your schools and universities. Come in the name of peace. Come with Ukrainian symbols to support Ukraine, to support freedom, to support life.
Clifton James, MTV Regional Roundup.
This is the MTV Evening News. More news after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
I've been a member of the Ariza Credit Union since 2016, and honestly I joined to come out of poverty. What I love most about Ariza Credit Union is their support in helping us as members to save. I was in the credit union like a little under a month. The sewing machine that I had went bad and I was in desperate need of, purchasing another. I simply went to speak to my loan officer. I wanted to know details of how to go forward. How do I become qualified to get a loan? And the next thing I knew, she said, how much money do you need? And at that time I needed $7.99. And she said, I'll loan you the money. And from there I purchased the sewing machine, and this is the result. As a young person, we all have those little achievements in the back of our mind that seem so far-reaching. What Ariza encourages us to do is to save. I'm really happy, honestly.
You watching the MTV Evening News. Sports is up next.
Quartz Black Friday Reloaded this week only. Shop from Thursday the 24th of March for up to 60% off selected items. Save $900 off the Land Ranger treadmill, only $1,999. HP Pro Desk PC, now just $2,299. Save $400 and get the LG 43-inch UHD 4K smart television for only $1,999. Save $1,000. Plus, with Quartz Ready Finance, get 2 months free. Get all the best deals. Black Friday Reloaded only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home. Stores open from 8 a.m. See in-store or online for details.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies vies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches, and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
The Diocese of St. George's in Grenada presents its 2022 series of Lenten Mission, March 21st to 25th, 7 p.m. nightly. This year's mission will be guided by the theme, "Whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me," reflecting on the scripture, Matthew 25, 31 to 46. Mark your calendar. Monday, March 21st, Sacred Heart, Petite Martinique. Tuesday, March 22nd, St. Patrick's, Hillsborough, Carriacou. Wednesday, March 23rd, Christ the King, Grand Roy. Thursday, March 24th, Blessed Sacrament, Grand Anse. Culminating on Friday, March 25th, St. Martin de Porres, Roman Catholic Church, Crochet, St. Andrew. The 2022 Lenten Mission, March 21st to 25th. We look forward to journeying together. Streaming live on all Good News Catholic Communications platforms.
Natural spring water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Grenada draws historic international friendly against Gibraltar. That and more coming up in sports. Grenada draws historic international friendly against Gibraltar.
Good evening, sporting fans. In a historic match in Gibraltar, the senior men's national team drew 0-0 in their first international friendly for 2022 at Victoria Stadium. It was the first time for Grenada to travel out of state and the CONCACAF region to play international friendlies. Though missing a few chances to find the net, Team Grenada commanded much of the match, and goalkeeper Reece Charles Cook worked hard to produce some solid saves. Speaking after the 0-0 result, head coach of the senior men's national team, Michael Finley, said, and I quote, "Though disappointed we did not get the win, we're pleased to provide the experience for our program as all aspects will benefit us long term. It was encouraging that we did not give up anything at the end, which shows our fighting spirit. It's all a part of our process, and now we look towards Andorra and the challenge they present." End of quote. The Grenada Rugby Union will soon be a new athletic union in Grenada. The Grenada Rugby Union aims to grow the great game of rugby and all its codes on the island of Grenada as well as Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Rugby is unpopular in Grenada but common in other Caribbean countries. The founder of the Grenada Rugby Union is Kareem Brown.
So around last summer, I would say, there was a competition. It's called RAN Sevens, and the competition took place in Turks and Caicos, I believe. And I was watching that competition, and I saw that Jamaica had a team, Bermuda had a team. All these Caribbean islands had a team. And I was looking. I said, "Well, where's Grenada at?" And there was no team for Grenada. So I went on Google, and of course I Googled it and tried to type in Grenada Rugby or whatever, and nothing came up for Grenada Rugby. And it kind of disappointed me because I felt like I always knew that Grenada had some elite athletes.
Brown says his goal is to get Grenada playing rugby at an international level.
Men and women, under 19s, under 21s. I believe we have the capability for it. I believe we have the drive and the athleticism for it. It's all about getting the organization and the foundation in place so that it becomes a reality. Right now, we really want to start hosting clinics and training sessions for kids because I believe the kids are the foundational pieces to anything like this, the grassroots.
He went on to say athletes that left sports for whatever reason and want to come back in athletics can try rugby.
Like track and field athletes, for example. We have, especially in the States, they have like track and field athletes who are fast, but they're not fast enough to make the Olympic team. They're not fast enough to qualify for the Olympics. So you put them on a rugby pitch and they're the fastest players on the pitch. Maybe some of the track and field athletes who in Grenada who can't qualify for the Olympics or who can't make that to that level, they get on the rugby pitch and realize, look, man, this is the sport I'm supposed to be in because I'm dominating here.
A minimum 100-run partnership between opening batsmen and early wickets is what head coach Phil Simmons believes will give West Indies a fighting chance to win the crucial third and final test against England Thursday. With the two first matches of the series ending in draws, the two sides will be battling at the Grenada National Stadium to lift the newly minted Richards Botham Trophy in the Apex Test Series. Simmons said both batsmen and bowlers will need to play key roles with the series on the line. The West Indies women will, with fingers crossed, be hoping South Africa will defeat England and Bangladesh upsets England in the coming days after rain forced the abandonment of their match against South Africa Africa at Basin Reserve on Wednesday night. In what was a must-win match for the Caribbean women, Captain Stephanie Taylor won the toss and asked South Africa to bat. It proved to be the correct decision as Chanel Henry took 3 for 11 and was backed up by Semilia Connell, who took 1 for 18 as South Africa lost 4 wickets for just 22 runs by the 6th over. However, the situation could have been worse for South Africa as the West Indies dropped 3 chances in those early overs, 2 of them by Deandra Dottin. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella Hostin.
That's the sports, the weather, and a recap of the headlines after the break.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
We've been down, but not out. It's been hard, but we've persevered together. We each have a role in Grenada's successful recovery, nourishing our families, guiding our children, caring for our communities, energizing our lives. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Back once again with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Wayne Williams. Good evening to you viewers. The sunny conditions continue throughout Eastern Caribbean, but we did have some shallow patches of low-level cloud, moisture-laden low-level clouds which brought some showers. Most of them were again over the northern islands, and over Trinidad they saw some scattered showers there also today. The haze and the bulk of the cloudiness currently in the Atlantic is just skirting to the south of the islands, but showers are still in our forecast. We can see the bulk of the moisture heading to Trinidad and to the south of it. Some of it is dissipating as it moves along, but we do have still some low-level moisture that's going to bring us showers tonight and into Friday. The forecast for Thursday night is for fair conditions to be interrupted by isolated showers, northeasterly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour with a minimum temperature of 23. The moon is going to rise at 39 minutes past midnight and set tomorrow afternoon at 12:17. Scattered showers are in the forecast for Friday. Easterly to east-northeasterly winds 14 to 24 miles per hour with choppy seas and 6 to 7 foot waves continuing. Sunrise 6:07, sunset 6:18. It's still going to be warm, 33 will feel like 35. Isolated showers in Port of Spain, fair conditions for Bridgetown and Kingston, mostly cloudy. In Miami, while New York will be partly cloudy and London will be mostly sunny. The chance of showers on Saturday, Sunday and Monday remains about 50%, also with some slight haze and gusty winds. Partly cloudy conditions would continue on Tuesday and Wednesday, improving from Thursday, Friday onwards. That's it for Thursday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Remember, you can join me again right here on Friday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Grenada Teachers Union reiterates the call for government to regularize teachers. Farmers and police engage in emotional discussion on predial larceny. Florida man loses newly built house to fire. And in sports, West Indies bowls first ball to start final tests of the 3-day match series at the Grenada National Stadium. On behalf of the news and production departments, I am Troy Gill. Thank you for watching. Good night.
We are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Thursday, March 24th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Giselle Alexander from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in no way tampered with. The same show tickets at hand, it's Daily Pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First number this evening is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 1, second number is 3, third and final number is 1. Let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen, check your tickets. First number is 1, the second, 3, third and final is 1. So that's 1, 3, and 1. Congratulations, all owners. Stay tuned, get a daily cash will drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Daily Cash 4 Evening Draw for today, Thursday, March 24th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Giselle Alexander from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in no way tampered with. This time we show tickets at hand. It's Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this evening's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First number this evening is, check your tickets. First number is 3, second number is 9, third number up. Third number is also 9, fourth and final number is 3. Okay, let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen. First number is 3, the second 9, third 9, fourth and final is 3. So that's 3, 9, 9, and 3. Congratulations, all owners. Stay tuned, get your play drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies vies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Playway Evening Draw for today, Thursday, March 24th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me once again is Ms. Giselle Alexander from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner, that the game balls with the industry standards and in a way tampered with. Let's play Playway, value your dreams, own your way. Good luck. This evening's winning Playway number is, check your tickets. This evening's winning Playway number is 4. Let's recap the number, 04. 4 represents dream symbol Crossroad. Congratulations to all the winners of this evening's Playway draw. Remember to play all the games of the National Lotteries Authority supports sports, culture, and nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies vies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and
George Anthony Richard Manise of Berbice, Guyana, a resident of Grenada since 1962. Mr. Manise passed away at his home on Saturday, March 19, 2022, at the age of 80. He was the former chairman and managing director of George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. He is survived by his wife, Nuala Manise, 3 children, Luana Boyack, Richard Manise Jr., and Anya Chow Chang, grandchildren Christian, Graham, Lindsay, Ryan, Haley, and Sienna. Many other friends, relatives, and loved ones mourn his passing, including the board of directors, the management and staff of George F. Huggins. The funeral service for the late George Anthony Richard Manise of Berbice, Guyana, will take place on Monday, 28th March at 1:30 p.m. at the Blessed Sacrament RC Church, Grand Anse. In lieu of flowers, a collection will be taken for the benefit of the diocese and the missionaries of charity in Grenada. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Sir Chirin Francis of Tobago, who resided at Boca St. George, passed away on Tuesday, 15th March 2022, at the age of 76. She was the wife of Cyril Francis, mother of Owen Francis, grandmother of Alexis, Ariel, Asia, and Isaiah, aunt of Emily Walter, grandaunt of Saturina, Sheshael, Gabriel, Israel, Joshua, and Dinah, stepmother of Isis Francis Brown, and Wendell Ramsden and their families, stepsister of Prunella Chance. Other relatives and friends including the Peters family, Irma, Anne, Shirley, Jenny, and friends and neighbors of Boca and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Sir Chirin Francis of Tobago, who resided at Boca St. George, will take place on Tuesday, 29th March at 9 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, according to Seventh-day Adventist rites, followed by cremation. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Claudius Mervyn McLawrence, affectionately called Pops of Winwood Carriacou, passed away on Saturday, 19th March 2022. He was a contractor and managed his own business, Mac & Mac Construction, for many years. He is survived by his dedicated wife, children, siblings, many grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins, and other family. He has also left many other close friends, relatives, and loved ones to mourn his passing, including the Kent, Budlal, and Patras families. The funeral service for the late Claudius Mervyn McLawrence, affectionately called Pops of Winwood Carriacou, will take place on Wednesday, March 30th at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Glad Tidings Assembly, Hillsborough, Carriacou, and interment will be at the family cemetery, Lapel. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Monica Cador née Langagne, also known as Monix, of Concord St. John, a well-known market vendor, passed away on Saturday, 5th March 2022, at the age of 91. She was the mother of Aldith Joan Courtney, Althea in Canada, Martin, Kenneth, Lindo, and Alstead, stepmother of Sheridan Cador, grandmother of Sabrina Courtney, Dr. Jade Courtney, Maya, Sophie and Jewel Courtney, Ricardo Ashton, Sherlyn and Marvin Haynes, Timothy, Ashton, Alicia, and Asborn Williams, great-grandmother of 13, sister of Lena Monroe, Faith Jessamy, Daphne Lewis, and Valma Delandro in England, mother-in-law of Merlin Bain, Erilyn Haynes, and George Courtney, sister-in-law of Raleigh Jessamy and Gloria Langagne, aunt of many in England, Canada, and the USA, including teacher Everil Nelson, Lurlin Langagne, Martin, Michael and Tante Marina Jessamy, and sister Catherine Monroe, godmother of Neville Louison and Edwin Edwards. Many cousins, other relatives, and close friends, including Utilda Edwards, Millie Charles, Daniel Wayne Lewis, Anthony Cador, the Langagne, Louisor, Marshall, Cummings, and Cador families of Grove in Trinidad, the USA, Canada, and England, and friends and neighbours of Grand Roy, Marigot, Concord, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Monica Cador née Langagne, also known as Monix, of Concord St. John, will take place on Wednesday, March 30th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Concord Roman Catholic Church, and interment will be at the family cemetery, Concord. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Matthew Nellister Grant of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided at Lapotree St. Andrew and at Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Thursday, March 10th, 2022, at the age of 70. He was the father of Cherry Ann Boca Cyrus in the USA, Cheryl Ann Boca Bethel, Corporal 939 Shonell Cummings, and Akim Adolphus, brother of Michael, also known as Lavesta, Wilbur, Gloria, Magdalene and Magna, grandfather of Rianne and Ariana Cyrus in the USA, and Gabrielle Bethel, father-in-law of Ricky Cyrus, Hendy Bethel and Reginald Cummings. Many nieces and nephews in Grenada, Trinidad and the USA, including Janice, Shirley Ann, Samuel, Deanne, Catherine, Rhoda, Wayne, Michael, Ashton, Jenny and Annette. Other relatives and friends including the Grant family of Lapotree, River Sally, Paradise and Montrose in Trinidad, Canada and the USA, the Whiteman family of St. David, the Adolphus family of Beaulieu, the Niles family of Darbo, Diego and Heads of Lapotree, Glenn Lewis and family, Sharon DeBerg, and friends and neighbors of Beaulieu, Lapotree and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Matthew and Alista Grant of River Sally St. Patrick, who resided at Lapotree St. Andrew and Beaulieu St. George, will take place on Thursday, March 31st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Holy Family Catholic Church, River Sally St. Patrick, and interment will be at the River Sally Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lloyd Edric Chetram, also known as Babu and Caesar, of Brothers St. John, passed away on Friday, 11th March 2022, at the age of 71. He was the brother of Valentine and Keith Chetram, nephew of Rosalind Julian in the UK, brother-in-law of Brenda and Louise Chetram, uncle of many including Jason, Judy, Janice Chetram Hagley, Jerry, Sharon, Lyndon, Sherry, Ken, Ian, Kay, Ricky, Robbie and Jeanette Chetram, Beverly Chetram Dolland, Rolda Chetram Justine, and Daniel, also known as Bubby in the United Kingdom. Uncle-in-law of many including Ken Hagley, Akima Fraser, David Justine, Evelyn Dolland, Suti Chetram, Lexan Chetram, Bibi Husman Chetram, and Casey Eben Chetram. Many other relatives and friends including the Sanderson, Chitterman, Perryman, Ragbasing, Duranjit, Harford, Chetram, Julian and Harriman families, the Rajman family in Tobago, the Roberts family in Grenada, the UK and the USA, Shireen Amanda Wall, Pastor Robert Mathena and family, members of the Faith Independence Baptist Church Loretto, Lester Simpson, Nurse Marcia Jones, Laura Joseph, the Alexis family, and friends and neighbors of Brothers and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Lloyd Edric Chetram, also known as Babu and Caesar, of Brothers St. John, will take place on Friday, April 1st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Open Bible Church, Grove St. John, and interment will be at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of Latente St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 16th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of Latente St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Leonard Abraham Macmillan, also known as Leonard Gludd, and Tarway, of Bellevue St. David, passed away on Saturday 19th March 2022 at the age of 68. The funeral arrangements for the late Leonard Abraham Macmillan, also known as Leonard Gludd, and Tarway, of Bellevue St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Edward Mordred Roberts, also known as E.M. Roberts of Belmont St. George, died on Saturday 19th March 2022 at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Edward Mordred Roberts, also known as E.M. Roberts of Belmont St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Saturday 19th March 2022 at the age of 81. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Paul Joseph, also known as Preacher, of Cemetery Hill St. George's, passed away on Thursday, 17th March 2022, at the age of 73. The funeral arrangements for the late Paul Joseph, also known as Preacher, of Cemetery Hill St. George's, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, passed away on Saturday, 12th March 2022 in Canada, at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Sebastian Francis Richardson, also known as Sibo, of Tivoli St. Andrew, passed away on Monday, 14th March 2022, at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Sebastian Francis Richardson, also known as Sibo of Tivoli St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita, of Pedmotar St. David, passed away in Trinidad at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Sybil Matilda Roberts, also known as Mama and Pitty, of New Hampshire St. George, passed away on Sunday, 13th March 2022, at the age of 81. The funeral arrangements for the late Sybil Matilda Roberts, also known as Mama and Pitty, of New Hampshire St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Smith, also known as Farm O, of Carrier, who resided at Telescope St. Andrew, passed away on Thursday, 17th March 2022, at the age of 84. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Smith, also known as Farm O, of Carrier, who resided at Telescope St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
George Ferguson of Shantimel St. Patrick died on Sunday, 13th March, at the age of 73. The funeral arrangements of the late George Ferguson will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Ian Redhead, also known as Flyers of Hillsborough Street, who resided at Melville Street and Archibald Avenue, St. George's, passed away on Friday, 11th March, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements of the late Ian Redhead will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix, of Montmort St. George, passed away on Sunday, 6th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix of Montmort St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, who resided in the USA, passed away on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, at the age of 94. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Joseph Peterson of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, passed away on Friday, 25th February in the UK at the age of 87. The funeral arrangement of the late Joseph Peterson of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home.
Cyprian Baptiste, also known as Sippo and Dread, of Pedmotar St. David, passed away on Thursday, March 3rd, 2022, at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Cyprian Baptiste, also known as Sippo and Dread, of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Velma Ada Murray of Monkridge St. Patrick, who resided at Grenville Street, St. George's, passed away on Friday, 4th March 2022, at the age of 71. The funeral arrangements for the late Velma Ada Murray of Monkridge St. Patrick, who resided at Grenville Street, St. George's, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. In loving memory of Clev Matthew Barry Sylvester, also known as Big Tigger, of New Hampshire St. George, who died on 25th March 2021 at the age of 35, left to mourn his father, Eric Alexander, mother, Cecilia Alexander, children Matthew and Javonte, siblings Claire, Pearl, Emmeline, Kitana, Jeffrey, Jayon, and Frederick, nieces and nephews Kristen, Onika, Jamal, Tyrrell, Ryan, Nathan, and Kristen, aunts and uncles too numerous to mention, close friend Berylon Ross, cousins, the boys on the block, and friends and neighbors of New Hampshire and surrounding areas. An eternal memory until we meet again. Those special memories of you will always bring a smile. If only we could have you back for just a little while. Then we could sit and talk again, just like we used to do. You always meant so very much, and always will do too. The fact that you're no longer here will always cause us pain, but you're forever in our hearts until we meet again. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. In loving memory of Deslin Veronica Thomas of Paradise St. Andrew, who passed away in the USA on 23rd March 2020 and was entombed at the Grand Bras Cemetery. It's been 2 years since you've been gone, but it seems like only yesterday. Our hearts split in two. One side filled with memories, the other died with you. We often lie awake at nights while the world is fast asleep and take a walk down memory lane with tears upon our cheeks. Remembering you is easy. We do it every day. But missing you is a heartache that never goes away. We hold you tightly within our hearts, and there you will remain. Gone forever, but not forgotten. From your loving family Denise, Denny, Deborah, Debbie, Davis, Devon, Dorianne, and Tomel. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
I just want to express my sympathy with all those of you who have lost your loved ones. We know it is not an easy piece to lose somebody that you love dearly. But death is not the end, because the Bible tells us that there is life after death. My mind goes back to a man in the Bible named David, a man who at least he had a son by Uriah's wife, and the child got sick and died. In fact, the Bible says in verse 18 of 1 Samuel chapter 12, and it came to pass and the 7th day that the child died. The child died. But that was not the end. David began a series of mourning, laid on the ground, upon the earth, and he called on God to save his son so that he can have sweet fellowship. He wanted to have time with his son. He wanted to have his son grow up to be the person that he wanted him to be. He probably wanted to play the first cricket match, or he probably wanted to go kick the first football in the field. Or he wanted probably him to climb the first tree. But yet for all, the Bible says the child died. David in himself satisfied that the sovereign God who gives and takes is able to do great things. Then David arose, the Bible says, from the earth and washed and anointed himself and changed his apparel and came into the house of the Lord to worship. David had the hope that he would see his beloved son again. And so, ladies and gentlemen out there that are in the mourning period, pick yourself up and recognize that if your loved one died in Christ, you are going to see them again. And the right thing to do is to come to that saving knowledge, recognizing who God is, and God is going to bring you through. And so I thank you, and I trust as we pray for you, you would cheer yourself and recognize that the sovereign God takes control of everything. God bless you.
Quartz Black Friday Reloaded this week only. Shop from Thursday the 24th of March for up to 60% off selected items. Save $900 off a Land Ranger treadmill, only $1,999. HP Pro Desk PC, now just $2,299. Save $400 and get the LG 43-inch UHD 4K Smart Television for only $1,999. Save $1,000. Plus, with Quartz Ready Finance, get 2 months free. Get all the best deals. Black Friday Reloaded, only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home. Doors open from 8 a.m. See in-store or online for details.